We have children without parents and fathers without sons, mothers without daughters. We lost 2 police officers.
Late night hosts dedicated a portion of their Monday night shows to speak out about gun violence in the wake of the deadliest mass shooting in modern US history. At least 59 people are dead and 527 more injured after a gunman opened fire on an outdoor country music festival from the 32nd floor of the Mandalay Bay Hotel on the Las Vegas Strip. On ABC's Jimmy Kimmel Live, the host and Nevada native opened with an emotional response to the shooting, choking up as he addressed the news. Here we are again in the aftermath of another terrible, inexplicable, shocking and painful tragedy, this time in Las Vegas, which happens to be my hometown, he said, holding back tears.
I don't know why our so-called leaders continue to allow this to happen, or maybe a better question, why do we continue to let them to allow it to happen?
Kimmel noted that his stance wasn't about gun control, but about common sense. He pointed out, common sense says no good will ever come from allowing a person to have weapons that can take down 527 Americans at a concert. Common sense says you don't let those who suffer from mental illness buy guns. Over on NBC, late night host Seth Meyers began his show by sending his condolences to the families of the victims and commending first responders and heroic residents who risked their lives to save strangers. Meyers said, "It always seems like the worst displays of humanity in this country are immediately followed by the best, and then, sadly, that is followed by no action at all, and then it repeats itself." He questioned Congress's reason for repeatedly insisting now is not the time to talk about gun violence, adding, "What you really mean is there is never a time to talk about it."
If you're not willing to do anything, just be honest and tell us, this is how it is. This is how it will continue to be.
Trevor Noah also tackled the taboo subject of gun control in America on The Daily Show, noting that the country has run through every possible excuse to avoid talking about guns. The host said, "I've never been to a country where people are as afraid to speak about guns. Every time there's a shooting, you've got to look at something else. Is it Muslims? Is it their religion? Is that what it is? Is it the blacks? Is it mentally ill people? Is it white nationalists? Every time it's a different question. Now, after this incident in Las Vegas, we're asking a new question. Is it hotels?" Noah concluded his segment with an apology to the victims and their loved ones.
I'm sorry that we live in a world where there are people who will put a gun before your lives.
Conan O'Brien spoke about the terrible and numbing tragedy on his TBS show, telling the audience, "When I began in 1993, occasions like this were extremely rare."
Back then, to come out and need to address a mass shooting spree was practically unheard of. Things have changed.
To watch more clips from the late night host reactions to the tragic events in Las Vegas, head to THR.com. For the Hollywood Reporter News, I'm Lindsay Rodriguez.